Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Law Dog in conjunction with the Bug Couple Gazette proudly brings to you the most exciting panel at PCON! What's new with Raconteur Press?
As a waffle master for 2026.
Hi guys, we recently...
Mr. McMurtry, point of order. Raconteur Press began a war with Canon Publishing 1 year ago with a dastardly surprise attack. Many have wondered how we might fare against the might of the Fox and his North Texas troublemakers. I have myself full confidence that if all do their duty, if nothing is neglected, and if the best arrangements are made, as they are being made, we shall prove ourselves once more able to defend our publishing house.
Hear, hear!
To ride out the storm of war, and to outlive the menace of tyranny for years to come, if alone. At any rate, that is what we are going to do. That is a resolve of Canon's readers, every one of them. That is the will of the editors and of the authors.
You have a slice in there.
Here. Even though large tracts of Texas and many an old and famous states have fallen or may fall into the grip of the Fox and all the odious apparatus of Raconteur rule, we shall not flag or fail. We shall go on to the end. We shall fight in Dallas. We shall fight in Chattanooga and other conventions. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the panels. We shall defend our publishing house, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight in the beaches. We shall fight in the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and the streets.
Here!
We shall fight in the hills, and we shall never surrender.
You can't afford to keep your assassin car.
Here! Silence to the right!
And even if, which I do not for a moment believe, this house or a large part of it were subjugated and starving, then our readers beyond Facebook, armed and guarded by the moderators and fact checkers, would carry on the struggle until, in God's good time, the Amazon KDP algorithms, with all their power and might, step forth to the rescue and liberation of Canada.
Here, here! Down the Raconteur! Everybody, let it Well done, Cannon, well done. I would like to point out that one of the reasons that the Raconteur is here, one of our goals is to bring fun back. And as you can see, we are truly interested. Shut the window open. People need to have fun.
Here.
Here we are. All right, so on to the actual business at hand. Somebody watch So we recently launched our 2026 schedule, and I love my authors, I love my writers, but apparently writers have a great deal of reading lack of reading comprehension. I've gotten a lot of questions regarding our upcoming 2026 schedule. So I thought, let's cover that, why not? So, what seems to cause a lot of consternation is the fact that in 2026 we're going from one anthology every 2 weeks to one anthology a month.
Use a microphone, please.
It's a Nerf microphone. You can throw it.
Is it turned on?
All right, can the AV guys in the back hear me? Okay,
We, the citizens of Rockbridge.
so been a great deal of consternation over the fact that we are transitioning from one antho every 2 weeks to one a month. Apparently, a schedule that most publishing houses would find to be a bit daunting, our authors and our fans find to be, what was the quote? Slacking off.
Ow!
Right? To assure y'all we are not, in fact, slacking off. Every month for 2026, we will be launching one anthology, yes, I know, just one, and one children's book, and two, count them, two adult novels. On top of that, the cherry on top of that is each quarter we'll be releasing another anthology. So I thought we'd break that down for everybody a bit. So,
Who doesn't understand?
What?
We hate you.
Cedar, correct me on this. We still have open calls for boys' books, correct?
Yes, we do. We are, the open call for our boys' manuscripts is very much open and will stay open. We are finding that there wasn't just, it's not just a niche market. There is a great, huge market in the market for adventure stories, and we seem to be the only people that are putting those out there for these kids right now, and we intend to keep doing that.
Have y'all seen our Amazon numbers for our boys' books? Damn! When she says there's a hungry market out there, she's not kidding. At the LibertyCon, when we announced that Raconteur Press would be doing boys' books, people were more excited about that than they were for the novels. The number of people that wanted to come up and talk to me about boys' books far exceeded the number of people that talk about novels, including the ladies, who assured me that girls like reading boys' books too. Okay. So, we need more boys' manuscripts. So if you've got a boys' book that you think we might be interested in, please do send it in. I cannot promise that we will publish it. I will promise we will read it. Okay?
Please hold your questions.
I will not ever promise to publish something, but I will promise to read it. Okay. On boys' books, I've seen two folks with questions. Go.
How many words?
So I'm the acquisitions editor for the boys' books, for the adventure books. We are looking for roughly between 40 to 60,000 words in length. If you send me a manuscript that is over 80,000 words in length, that is 2 books. Congratulations. And we did the same thing with the adult novels. Anything over 120,000 words is 2 books. Congratulations, you have a series. With the boys' books, we are calling them middle grade. The reality is what we want are what you would consider Heinlein juveniles. YA is a toxic marketing term, and even though we're looking to hit ages 8 to 18 for readers, we are never going to use the term YA for our marketing. It has been preempted by other things. So, as far as length goes, back up, Tom, thank you. I was like, why is it doing this? I know nothing about radio waves and sound waves.
There's a speaker. And point the mic
There's a
at you.
spot, and point the mic what?
At you.
At me? Like this?
Yes,
Yeah.
perfect.
Brilliant, thank you. See, I can take guidance. So with the boys'
I thought those
books,
were there for me to get shot at.
with the boys' books, 40 to 60,000 words, please. Pay no attention to Lexile score or reading level, and want challenging. And
You're too far forward.
Ian needs to
Back.
back up.
Ian needs to.
Stand still, look pretty, you know.
silence.
Step away from the
Silence.
I turned it off.
We have, you'll find on our YouTube channel on Raconteur Press where we've sat down and have done all these announcements and details and discussed, and there will be more videos upcoming as I'm going to be sitting down with some of our editors and discussing even more of what we're looking for in boys' books to help give you guys some guidance, because we do get a lot of questions. Margaret, you have questions?
Yeah, I just want to make sure you said middle grade.
Yes.
I'm finding that is a good term for the age range you really want.
Right. And like I said, middle grade, we're looking to hit ages 8 to 18, and we're having an awful lot of grown-ups who are telling us they're enjoying them too, so this is wonderful. I was a children's librarian up until 2013, so a few years as it. I also have a young son, and seeing the state of the market, how difficult it was even back then for me to find books that had been published contemporary and would appeal to the boys. I started the library's manga collection because there just wasn't being anything published for them. And this is, as you can tell, it's something I'm very passionate about. And as part of our nefarious plan here at Raconteur Press, which is to capture readers from cradle to grave, we're going to start out with picture books, and we have one over here, and the author can model it for you all. And not only are we starting out with picture books, and we don't have an open call for these, and may never because there are certain limitations involved with them, but due to the vagaries of Amazon, a hardcover picture book has to be at least 76 pages long, which is way too long for a picture book. So there are teaching guides in the end of them. And we are going to be marketing these to schools and libraries, and that leads into the middle grade books. And those lead into the special anthologies, and I will hand this back off to Ian so he can talk about those. Oh, yes, Jason.
Ingram yet with the middle readers?
We are working on that. That's the next big project. We wanted to get past PCON. And again, the limiting factor in a lot of this is me. Sorry, guys.
She's a little busy.
Boy, howdy. So that covers children's books. The next I want to get into is our special quarterly anthologies. We're working with David Badgerina for 4 anthologies, once every quarter. 2 of those anthologies will be targeted more towards boys. So the anthologies we want stories that we want anthologies for boys. We want anthologies for boys on those 2. So,
I got you.
now I can't think. I have to want to think. If y'all think this is weird, y'all see me writing at the shop. So we're going to be doing those with David Badgerina, and there's going to be a lot of push behind that, okay? Anthologies for boys. Our anthologies up till now have been aimed at the adult audience, so we want to put 2 out for the boys to get them. I know when I was a kid, I liked reading short stories. It introduced me to new authors, and let's be face it, my ADHD squirrels were only good for about 5,000 words before I had to go do something. So we've got those. Any questions on the 4 special anthologies with David?
What are they?
We will post that this next week, right? Monday, we're gonna post something more specific about more detail, and there's actually a video out right now where we did a live stream with David Badgerina. But yeah, an earthquake. But the titles are, if you must hear them.
We must.
Hold your breath. Okay. The first one is Insert Coin, which is kind of a 80s arcade game kind of theme, and stories taking place about getting sucked into the game, or Tron, right? Yeah, things of that nature. And then David gets into it on the video, and we'll have homework for everybody like we normally do. The next one is Crash Landing, right? And that's another kids and aliens, so E.T. kind of thing of that matter. We're still doing Crash Landing. All right, so the Blob, aliens, things of that nature. And then the third one is Pet Monsters. So, Mom, can I keep it? That kind of thing, but not with a snake or a snail, but with your Sasquatch or whatever it is.
The thing under the bed.
Yeah.
Timeline Star Beast.
Star Beast. The creature out of the closet is actually a pet. The thing under the bed is a pet. That sort of thing.
And the final one for the year with David which is not, which is a little more adult, is Hold My Beer Heroes, right?
So this is gonna be the Raconteur press tag.
So that's kind of Big Trouble in Little China, right? Like a overbearing
Jack Burton.
Yeah, Jack Burton, overconfident hero who maybe he fails, or
Hellbilly.
Right, that kind of hero.
Hillbilly Tackett as a hero.
Exactly. And again, like I said, there will be more details about what David's looking for those coming next week. Or you can watch the video now, or at least after the panel.
And watch a bird by getting out of his shirt.
Yep.
Any questions about the four, other questions about the four special anthologies?
The horror special. The what?
The four special.
Four.
It's four special anthologies.
You are.
I'm serious. That's not what I heard.
Okay, I'd like to get into the novels, and first, to start out novels, I'd like to recognize some of our authors. Wally up here, one of our authors. Jay Kenton Pierce, another one of our authors. Tiffany Ross, one of our authors. Nick Heathery lurking in the back. Have I missed anybody?
Yes, we have Fred Phillips' Dreams of Golden Hour. Oh, yes.
And Fred, working back there behind cover. One of our kids' authors.
Now, Fred, stand up for a second. So, Fred is one of the Boys Books authors, and it was his debut novel, and he did a phenomenal job with that book, and especially if you have a reader on the younger side, like the age 8 side, that novel is really accessible for that, and I highly recommend for young daydreamers and fantasists. That is a superb book, and you should definitely check it out.
Here.
With our current authors being introduced, we are going to do something a little different because we're Raconteur Press and we can't take the easy way. Every month, we're going to be introducing a new author, and we're going to be serializing, like we've been doing with John Van Stry and Nick and everybody else. We'll take their book, we'll break it down into 3, we'll release each part digitally once a week, and then we'll leave those up for a couple weeks. We'll pull them down and we'll release the hardcover. And full ebook. So, because we didn't think that was hard enough, so week 1, we've got book 1. Week 2, we've got book 2, or section 2. Week 3, serial section, we got week 3, we've got the serial number 3. Week 4, we're going to drop an entire different novel in its entirety. So, as a for instance, we'll have Kenton's book, Serial 1, Serial 2, Serial 3, and then we'll have an entire novel from Shane Grease. And then after Shane's novel's been up for a week, we're going to we'll take down Kenton's serials and release his full entire novel. We're going to do that every month because we're insane. We have some really exciting books coming, guys. We really do. Kenton's universe is, wow.
Who has not read a J. Kenton Pierce book? You are wrong.
He has an entire universe here, guys, and he's just now starting to explore it. We are extremely proud and excited that he has gifted us with this universe, and we hope to make a lot of money for him so he'll keep sending us books. Nick's books are fantastic. If you enjoyed his Relics of the Fallen, he's currently working on...
That's where I'm gonna get you.
Trainable.
You can shock all.
He's finishing up Peace Child, which will not be in the Relics of the Fall universe. Peace Child is, I believe, a fantasy.
You can
Will
tell
we-
us about it.
It's fantasy, yep.
Well, that clears it up, thanks.
I'm the horse's mouth.
And if you like what you've read from Spearman Burke and Nick Nevery, I would also like to point out that they have a short story in the upcoming Monster Hunter Files #2. So not only do they have a short story, but they wrote Grim Berlin, and Larry Correa is over the moon. So there you go.
I would just like to say that there's another member of Raconteur Press that has a story in that book. And I believe the dev editor, one Griffin Barber, said it was Chef's Kiss, and that would be Law Dog himself. Also has a story. Please go back to talking about me now.
Which is all well and good, but I'm much more proud of these two than I am me. Seriously, I am over the moon for these two getting into a Bane anthology, and well done, guys. Y'all earned it. Okay, so we will be doing not 12 but 24 novels in 2026. Knowing us, probably more. But our rules, we don't exactly have an open call yet.
What, not 26 and 26?
No.
Shut your mouth.
You can try, but it ain't happening.
So we don't exactly have an open call yet. What we're going to do for novels, unless you walk up and say, "Hey, I sold 200,000 books last year. Can I give you a manuscript?" I'm going to say, "Yes, please." What we're going to do is we're going to take authors that have already published with us. If you've published in our short story, in our anthologies, you've given us a short story, we have a pretty good idea of your voice. We know you can produce, and for the most part, we know you can take direction. Ish. So, as a developmental press, we're going to take the new authors that we've discovered through our anthologies, and we're going to take y'all's novels. And aside from the occasional, if Larry Correa offers us a novel, I'm not stupid enough to say no. But other than that, unless a big name comes to us for 2026, we're going to be going with you guys. Okay? So if you have already published with Raconteur Press, and that includes 50-word short stories. That's a big question I keep getting. I just did 50 words. I know. If you've published with us in any way, send us a note. Yeah, we got you. Send us your manuscript. Again, I do not and will not promise that we will publish it. I will promise we will read it. All right, guys?
Minor correction, Ian?
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So right now, partial open call to the existing Raconteur Press authors. What we're asking that you send us is actually a query and a synopsis. And the first chapter of the novel, we do want the manuscript to be finished when you send us this. Because what we're going to be doing is looking at the query, synopsis, first chapter. If we like it, we're going to ask for the full manuscript. And you guys know the tempo that we publish at. We're not talking about a 2-year turnaround here. We want you to have the manuscript complete and ready to go, so when we ask you for it, if we like it, we're going to contract it. And we're going to be moving. You're talking about the matter of a couple of months turnaround from your initial sending us a query synopsis. So we don't have time to be like, oh, I need to finish writing the book. No, we want you to have it done when you send us a query. The other thing with that too, and this is what we tell you guys all the time, is if for whatever reason we don't pick up the book, you now have a completed story, a completed book, that you can choose to self-publish if you so desire. So it's not a, I'm only going to write the book if you accept the query synopsis idea that I have. No, we want you to have the full thing ready. Yes, Richard?
What is your desired word count for the adult house?
Well, no, it's a good question because we are a pulp house and we do move at a little bit different pace. We're looking for a novel to be at least 60,000 words because if we're going to serialize it, I want it to be 3 sections of not less than 20,000 words. The upward limit is up to y'all, but again, if it's more than 120,000 words, it is 2 books. If you send us 180,000 words, congratulations, you have a trilogy. And we will work with you to do accelerated release to tickle the algorithms in the places that make them happy.
People have asked if we're going to continue I've got 2 points that I will forget the second one. People have asked if we're going to continue the serialization. That's still up in the air. We're still crunching data, crunching numbers. Well, one of the things that has jumped out at us as we look at the numbers is that for brand new authors that nobody knows, authors that don't know the name, we're seeing people will grab serial number 1. That's 20,000 words for $2.99. 20,000 words, it's $3. It's less than a cup of Charbucks. That they can read and see if they like it. And then if they like it, they wait and they buy the whole book. So based on that, we're forecasting that at least for brand newbie authors with no name, we will probably continue to serialize. If you've got a name and a fan base, probably not, but that's still up in the air. In December, we're going to crunch all our numbers and come to a decision. The second thing is, if you've been following us for any period, any length of time, you realize that I am bound and determined to everybody get this down pat. To misquote Kelly Grayson, currently, we can fall down a flight of stairs and accidentally publish an anthology on the way down. I want to get us in the same boat for boys' books and for the novels. I want us to be able to do it by reflex. That means going hard and heavy, publishing quick, finding where we screw up, correcting the screw up, and testing it more.
Really quickly. He just said we're going to screw it up.
That's how you
Right?
learn.
Everyone getting okay? They're just
That's the Elon Musk approach.
This
Fail
is how
faster,
you
forward.
learn.
I'm 58 years old.
Yeah,
For the last 40 years, I have been building small teams for the Army, for the government, for small counties. That's the only thing I know how to do as far as organization, is building small teams. And the way you build a small team is you put it together and you run it hard till it fails. Then you correct the point of failure, run it hard till it fails again, correct the point of failure, and keep going. And at the end of your training cycle, you come out with a really good team. It's the only way I know how to do things, so that's my pattern, that's what we're going to be doing. We're doing that with novels. When Cedar says, please have the manuscript complete when you send us a query letter, she's not kidding. If I get a query letter and a first chapter that absolutely knocks our socks off, and we want this novel so badly, and we say, send us a novel, and then you say, give me another 6 months to finish it,
You would not have endeared yourself.
I am going to hurt your feelings. Rule 2. Currently, we have 2 rules of Raconteur Press. Thank you, Mike. Rule 1 is, it must be entertaining, all else is negotiable. Rule 2 is, do not be a pain in Ian's ass. There have been multiple violations of Rule 2, by the way. Okay, so on that, are there any questions? Any questions on the novels?
Are the serialization sections going to be on KU?
Yes. No. Well, when they're first going, yes.
No, those serials will not be on Kindle Unlimited, because if we do that, then we risk screwing up having the full novel on Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah, you have to be 90 days for that.
It's a 90-day commitment, and we want to just make sure that we're free and clear to be able to put the full novel in Kindle Unlimited. So the serials are fairly cheap, and the plan with those initially was trying to make the authors more money. And we've discovered the side benefit of them is that we're making our authors there's a low cost to entry, and I know Kindle Unlimited gives that same thing, but not everybody does Kindle Unlimited, so we're gonna have to crunch the numbers with the serializations and see if we're seeing, but it's a matter of patience. I mean, if you wait a month, you'll have the full novel and it will be in Kindle Unlimited, so if you didn't feel like taking a taste test for $2.99, you can just wait if you have KU. Yes, Richard?
Sorry to be one of these questions. I'm assuming you're not using PubShare for the novels?
No.
No.
I didn't think there's any way.
Voice books and novels are not through PubShare, they are through KDP, and we have a bookkeeper now, bless her.
But you can trust Raconteur Press, not, well, many kids in here.
Lord, I hope so. Lord, I hope so.
Well, the guy sitting right next to you got a royalty check
I
yesterday.
know, he showed it to me.
So, okay, with
Give
that
it to
being,
everyone.
Cedar informs me that there is a mild concern about line of succession for Raconteur Press. If I auger in, will the press continue the way it is? The answer is yes. We are currently working on, with a lawyer. We actually have a lawyer. That's the really scary part. We are working with a lawyer in order to make sure that my vision for Raconteur Press, Rita's vision for Raconteur Press, if something should happen, it will continue and certain people will not get control of Raconteur Press, i.e. my mother. If something should happen to me, if I decide to take a contract in East Africa, disappear for 2 years, because it's a lot calmer than this. Everything will remain the same. Raconteur Press is not going to change. I have a vision, Rita has a vision, and it will. You have seen it, and it will remain the same if it hair lips every cannibal in Congo. So, are there any questions for the folks? What?
No, I'm pointing.
Are there any questions for the folks up here? I've been running my mouth. There are folks up here you might want to ask questions of. Does anybody have any questions for folks up here? Right back there.
Right, so for our submissions, do you expect to have cover arts with that, or can we come to you guys and say, hey, I've got a book? I know. That's why I want to. How do I engage with you more to say, hey, here's my book. I need some cover art. That's what I'm asking, really. At the end.
Okay.
Are you giving us the book?
So there's two different questions here. If you want
Yes.
Raconteur Press to publish it, you will get a cover. It's part of the
Okay.
deal. If you want to hire me to do a cover art commission, we'll stop you later on.
Yes, Ben.
I just need to know, if I buy all 3 serials,
Right?
do I still get the book when it drops, or do I have to buy the book separately?
You have to buy the book separately.
But it'll be on Kindle Unlimited. And there are extra goodies.
It has more stuff.
There are the serials have some stuff, and the full ebook and novel has other stuff. There are goodies. We do our best to make it worthwhile for y'all to actually buy the book. Any other questions? Come on, guys, I'm up here. Yes.
So your open call for novels in general, is that only for 2026, or will that continue after 2026?
If we can make enough money that I can keep the power on, I fully intend to retire in 20 years from Raconteur Press, so I need novels. As far as being limited to authors who have published with us, and or authors with a following who will bring money to us, because just some inside baseball, Rita and I made from Raconteur Press in total less than $60 last month. So we're needing money to come in. In 2026, it's you guys and authors with a big fan base that bring money to us. After 2026, we're going to sit down and discuss it and see about actually having a complete open novel call. All right? But you guys get first crack.
And of course, the concern is when we do a fully open call, we're going to get inundated. So we want our processes in place first. We have a question back there.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Would you consider for this coming year's call, stuff that's already been self-published, or does it need to be new?
I would prefer new stuff.
Yeah, we haven't been considering republishing at this point. However, if it's something that you're rewriting extensively, we'll be more open to considering it. So it's the other thing is, and we have a couple of editors here as well, as I stared down there towards Lisa, and yes, and Laura back in there. So the Raconteur process for how we handle a manuscript is that there's acceptance, and then you get to talk to John.
There's acceptance and then there's denial. Yeah, first,
So-
you run through contract process first to make sure you're comfortable with us, and then you get a complete rundown of how your book is gonna go through the press. You go through structural, you go through copy, you'll go through layout, design, and then on to Amazon. And then bargaining and grief and terror.
Don't forget the
Earlier
terror.
in the process.
Yeah, they do. But we don't even start on your book until we have a signed contract, and you know what you're gonna get out of it, so.
A signed contract that you understand.
Yes.
We want to make sure you actually understand the contract. Please do not sign one of our contracts without having read it.
I get it back in 10 minutes, I send it back.
Yeah, please if we send you a contract, please read it. We spent a lot of effort writing it. Please do us the honor of reading what we wrote. It took me a long time to put that together. Also, it's for your own safety, guys. You all need to get in the habit of reading contracts that come across your desk, ours and everybody else's. Somebody sends you a contract, please read it. If you don't understand it, find a lawyer and have him read it to you. All right, guys? All right, we have 10 minutes.
We have a copy of our anthology contract that is openly available on our Substack. The novel and boys' books contract does look quite a bit different. However, if you're wanting a blank copy of that, contact Jonna and we're happy to share that. But if you look at the anthology contract, it has a lot of things that I think you'll find very interesting and useful, especially if you're submitting short stories elsewhere.
Jason, you had a question?
Novels only, or would you be interested in short and sorcery collection? I'm not
We
gonna
need
give
to
you-
talk.
I'm not gonna give you the name of the person, but you will like the name of the person.
Come find us in the bar.
We'll be in the bar, but we need to talk.
Come talk to us, because we will be publishing a book this coming year that is essentially a collection with some bridges, so yeah, definitely we can talk.
Right.
All right. Why is one of my people asking a question?
Just for clarification purposes. Yep, the Rack Press, you're looking to address us with short stories on the upcoming submissions?
Right?
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't either. I'm confused.
Submit short stories so you can impress us and get a novel.
Did I not make that clear?
This is the thing about submitting short stories, right? We're figuring out whether or not we like working with you. Right? Quite honestly. We're figuring out whether or not we like working with you. You're figuring out whether or not you like working with us. And that's the reason we're talking about going to our short story authors first.
This is our farm team. The anthologies are our farm team, and we're looking for the big hitters there.
Remember rule number 2, don't be a pain in Ian's ass. Rule number 2 has come about because we have learned that there are people, this is going to be hard for y'all to believe, that do not like working with us. That the way we do things is contrary to the laws of God and man, apparently, and dogs. And they don't like working with us. It would be a hell of a thing to sign this person on who all of a sudden in the middle of a bloody anthology decides he doesn't like working with us, and find out in the middle of a novel process he doesn't like working with us. So let's get the thorny stuff out of the way with a short story. It's a much smaller pain in my ass. All right, I think we're coming up on the closing part. Last question. Mike has a statement.
Very well. If there are no more questions, immediately following the panel, Raconteur Press's own J. Kenton Pierce will be conducting a reading of the outstanding book, A Kiss for Damocles. Where's that going to be?
And it is outstanding.
Oh, from your new book.
upcoming release, yes.
Here's upcoming release. Forget that. Don't read Kiss for Damocles. No, you don't want that book. No. He's gonna give you a reading from the sequel, right? From your upcoming book.
Actually, it's from
Oh no.
We're doing a little,
No, you're right. I forgot. He's got a special thing.
Come up here and talk.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, J.K. Pierce.
Maybe step back. Yes.
Oh.
there's the page mark. Okay, the next release is a bit of a teaser. It is 2 short stories that piled up equal a novella, 26K words. One of them takes place a couple weeks before A Kiss for Damocles, when Shy arrives in Greenline Town. It is basically a gutter neon noir type of story. Big, strong, happy brawler who occasionally uses blunt force renegotiation to help friends who have been cheated. And he finds himself running into a dame with legs that go all the way up who makes him a deal an offer he can't refuse. And it gets him way over his head. The second story takes place centuries before. Anybody's read The Kiss for Damocles or my other short stuff in the anthologies. This is shortly after the war that wrecked Hesperides colony. It takes place way down south in the Pride Lands in the Nuevo Tijas prefecture. And it essentially starts out space cowboys chasing bandits. And then the John Carpenter music starts to play. And that is El Banquero del Diablo. And that's the story I'm going to be doing a reading from.
Where you can do that? What room is the reading at?
329A.
Take the elevator all the way to the top, go into the hallway, turn left.
Last
No, that's right, not all the way down. All the way to the third floor. Third floor. You can go to the top and then go back down.
Go up, go down.
And that is the protagonist is Danny Bozeman, who's a big, ill-tempered, obnoxious sort of guy. But he's your best friend if things are going bad.
Let me assure you that a J. Kenton Pierce story is worth the read. I almost want to quit writing, frankly. I don't know if that puts off any writers from reading it, but I'm just telling you.
All right, folks, if there are no questions, please enjoy the rest of your con. If you do have questions you don't want to ask in front of everybody else, we're easy to find. If you can't spot me across the con, I don't know what to tell you. We'll be in the bar. If you got questions, come talk to us, all right? Y'all have fun. Later.